Hello, this is Deborah Cohen, a story and a song podcast. And I hope this video, if you're watching live, finds you well. I am broadcasting live on YouTube this morning. The handle is at Jewish Rock Music. And also on my Facebook profile, if you can find me, Deborah Cohen, DebraCohen. And today I'm going to share an article that I find rather intriguing. Some of us have heard the fairy tale about Sleeping Beauty. Well, I recently discovered on Chabad.org the Sleeping King. And of all times to be sleeping, he decides to take a nap during a war when he's under siege. For real? I mean, who would do that? But his name is King Hezekiah. If you're interested in this Bible story, then I encourage you to stick around for the next 30-ish minutes, and I'll be right back after this message. And again, this is Deborah Cohen. Thank you for joining me. This podcast broadcasts weekly on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. And the handle again is at Jewish Rock Music. I wanted to share an interesting Bible story. It's like a once upon a time story, and I found it on Chabad.org. So special thanks go out to the writer Aharon Loshchak. And let us begin. Imagine this. The capital city is besieged by a mighty and far superior army. The inhabitants are frightened. The invaders have pledged a swift campaign, bent on completely overpowering the population and obliterating the existing infrastructure. A menacing convoy of infantry and artillery stretches for miles, promising untold horror. The commander-in-chief sends a message to the terror-stricken inhabitants. Your leaders are deceiving you. You don't stand a chance. Surrender now. This is not Ukraine 2022. Rather, Jerusalem 54:8 BCE or 548 BCE. Jerusalem under attack. It's the dramatic story of Hezekiah and Sennacherib told in the prophets, and most importantly for us, read aloud in the shul as the Haftorah for the final day of Passover. I was going to say Pesach in Hebrew. Pesach and Passover equals Passover. No. Okay. That night, the king rolled over. Okay, get this. King Hezekiah ruled the Jewish kingdom from its capital, Jerusalem. After many successful campaigns across the region, the mighty Assyrian king Sennacherib had laid siege to the Jewish stronghold. A mighty warrior, Sennacherib is remembered to this day as one of the greatest kings of ancient history. And with his army of nearly 3 million soldiers, the Jews inside the city walls were terrified. It was the night of Passover. Instead of the joyous, festive air, a spirit of mourning washed over the city. Even the righteous King Hezekiah donned sackcloth as one in grief, and all anyone could do was pray for a miracle. Amid this incredible tension, the prophet Isaiah appears to Hezekiah with a message of comfort and hope, of victory and triumph. Quote, "The God of Israel has heard your prayers. The king of Assyria shall not come into this city, nor shoot an arrow there. The way he came, the same way he shall return, for God himself will defend this city and save it," end quote, says the prophet Isaiah. What does Hezekiah do next? The Midrash tells us a remarkable thing. Hezekiah stood up and said, "I lack the capability to pursue them, nor do I have the energy to sing to God. Rather, I will go to sleep, and you, God, will do what needs to be done." Imagine that. Is there any other leader in history that spoke to God when they were under siege, when 3 million people were encroaching upon your land, and you just decide, "I'm going to take a nap"? Okay, think about that. Here's a leader of a nation under fire, the specter of death hanging over their heads. A gargantuan army surrounds the town, ominously rattling their sabers. And what does he do? He goes to sleep. How could he? Was he not at least a wee bit anxious? Was there really nothing on his heart such that he was able to simply roll over? How does that even make sense? The world's largest army is right outside your window, for heaven's sake. Can you imagine today if Netanyahu did that while, all of these Arabs around him are encroaching on Israel, trying to snuff him out, which has happened before? I mean, would the president of Israel roll over and go to sleep? Oh. Well, the answer in this story about Hezekiah is quite simple. Hezekiah believed. For real. All he needed to hear was that God promised everything would be okay, and that was enough. If God was going to come through, what's there to worry about? Why should I lose even a moment of sleep? Hezekiah thought to himself, "Let him, God, handle the mess, and I'll carry on with whatever I was doing," says King Hezekiah. Snore. How did God respond? The Midrash continues. God replied, quote, "Indeed, I will do it," end quote. And so it was. And it came to pass on that night that an angel of God went out and slew 185,000 of the camp of Assyria. And they arose in the morning, and behold, they were all dead corpses. And Sennacherib, the king of Assyria, left and went away. Be like Hezekiah, an oasis of calm. Hezekiah's attitude is why we read this story on the final day of Pesach, when we turn our focus from Exodus of the past to the redemption of the future. In this context, Hezekiah's story is vital. If we could only replicate even a fraction of his attitude, our lives would be a whole lot easier, healthier, and happier. You see, what he did for Hezekiah, God does for us too. God promises us that Mashiach will come. And what's more, we are told that he can come at any moment, even right now. If we only believed in that promise like Hezekiah did, wow, can you imagine what life would be like? Take a moment and think about it. If you could actually have a conversation with God and be so sure that you were hearing from the Almighty, the Ein Sof, the Holy One of Israel, that you knew when He said, I'll take care of it, that you didn't have to do anything else. You did your part, whatever that may be, and God will do the rest. What kind of faith that takes? Emunah, dedication in prayer, studying Torah. Does that sound like you? Think about it. Sure, Hezekiah did all he could, bolstering the city's fortifications, cutting off the enemy's water supply, and praying to God. But then he rolled over in the face of millions of trained soldiers committed to his murder. What is your relationship like with God? Do you have that kind of surety? Are you sure God is with you? Am I sure God is with me? I'm in the middle of a big decision myself right now, and I'm wondering, should I stay or should I go? I'm waiting to know what God's will is. I'm waiting to be so sure as King Hezekiah was. You probably don't have trained killers threatening your life, although if you are a Jew today, we are seeing an increase in anti-Semitism, and that threat is real. But there are elements threatening to upend your sense of security. Who in modern society doesn't suffer from anxiety of some sort? Whether it's worries about financial security, troubles with relationships and family, or consistent pressure from untended mental or emotional stress, or PTSD, which I have been diagnosed with. We are currently experiencing a pandemic, not only of viral nature, but of acute internal discord. Take a page from Hezekiah's playbook. God has promised a better future, a completely alternate reality where none of that pressure exists. And the amazing thing is that it could literally happen right now. So why fret when in the next moment it will all be gone? As you eat the matzah for Pesach and drink the 4 cups of wine at the Moshiach's meal on this final day of Pesach, aka Passover, be like Hezekiah and carve out an oasis of calm in your life. You have God's promise. So after you have done all that you can, and only then, if you've not done anything and you're just going to roll over and go to sleep, it ain't going to work. You have to do your part. Then you can roll over and sleep peacefully. What is it that Joshua said? To study the Torah 24/7. How many of us are doing that today? This essay is based on Torat Menachem, volume 33, pages 349 to 353, and Sichot Chodesh 5732, volume 2, pages 157 and 158. And let us think about tonight is going to be another Rosh Chodesh. I'd like to share a song that I wrote specifically for this occasion. Every month we have a new moon. And tradition in Judaism is that we honor the beginning of the month with blessing and prayer. And the prayer that the Jews pray at the beginning of Rosh Chodesh is Psalm 104. And I have recorded this psalm, and I'd like to share that with you while we meditate and rest assured of the words in the psalm that God promises to us according to King David. So let me find this psalm and let us just be present in the moment and find something to be thankful for as we listen to this psalm.
The trees of Adonai are full of sap. The cedars of Lebanon he planted, where the birds make their nests and the stork calls Cypress her home. The high hills are for the wild goats. The cliffs are refuge for the gopher. He created the moon for Moadim. The sun knows it's going down. Adonai, how manifold are your works. In wisdom you have made them all. I will sing to Adonai as long as I live. Bless Adonai, oh my soul. You make darkness and it is night. All beasts of the forest creep about, and we all go to work and to labor until it is evening. The glory of God is forever. Adonai rejoices in his great works. He looks on the earth and it trembles. He touches the hills and they smoke. Adonai, how manifold are your works. In wisdom you have made them all. I will sing to Adonai as long as I live. Bless Adonai, oh my soul. Bless Adonai, oh my
I hope that you have a wonderful Rosh Chodesh, a wonderful week, and whether you're Jewish or not, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The memoir that bridges three worlds most people never see together. The underground new wave music scene, the raw reality of trauma and healing, and the unexpected, often miraculous spiritual encounters that shaped Deborah Cohen into the woman she is becoming today. Check it out. Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll Now available in online stores near you.